Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I asked on Twitter what you guys thought were the best and worst launches of 2019. I agreed with some of the things I saw. I disagreed with some of the things that I saw, but I thought, why not film my own video of what I thought were the best and worst launches? I'm sure people will agree. I'm sure people will disagree. That is the beauty of having an opinion. Now, when I say launch, like it's not gonna be like a yearly favorites type video. I'm talking the launches that were just so good. The products were good, how it was launched were good, that they just stood out, because a lot gets lost nowadays in the beauty industry just because of how much is being launched all the time. I find myself all the time saying, did that launch this year? Was that last year? I don't remember, but these launches were just so good that I'm like, yep, I remember exactly where I was too when that launched. And then, you know, for the worst ones, you know, there might have been hype when it was revealed that it's coming out. You know, it might have had potential to be a good product, but you know, when it actually came out, they were launches that just did not go well. So if you guys want to see what I've chosen, then just stay tuned, because this should be interesting. Now, y'all know I love me a good foundation launch here on this channel. I have tried several in the year 2019. I feel like the best foundation that launched this year, it's now also my favorite foundation of all time, is the NYX Born to Glow foundation. I'm gonna have to give NYX the L though, because I feel like they didn't do the best job of promoting their own product. The only reason I know about it is because I worked with NYX this summer and they used it with me when I was on set. But other than that, before that, I don't feel like I saw anyone, you know, talking about this foundation. I don't feel like I saw it that much on NYX's own, you know, social media sites. But let me tell you something. This foundation, oily skin, dry skin, normal skin, it's gonna look like skin on your skin, okay? It's long lasting. It, I believe, has 40 shades, something like that. It's probably one of the best shade matches I have ever had. I've been wearing it ever since I tried it. You really just have to try it to understand just how good this foundation is. And it's an affordable foundation. Like, you gotta love that. You know, little ABH, you know, Lancome foundations, those are nice. But when it runs out, it's like, I really got to spend like another $40 to get a new one. You don't though, because this is $10. I believe this is $10. So best price, if we're talking price here, if we're talking color match here, if we're talking longevity here, just the best foundation of this year. That goes to you, NYX, but do better. Now, a couple brands launched this year. There was Lady Gaga's brand. There was Florence by Mills, is that what it's called? Yeah, that launched this year. I have to give this to this brand for having the best brand launch this year, and that is Uoma Beauty. Everything about their launch was just fire. Like, people were waiting. That's how you know when a launch is good, when people are waiting for it to launch, just off the hype of, you know, what the brand could be when it finally does launch. And what I really liked about the brand is that, you know, it had separate categories and different formulas for the categories, because they know, you know, different skin tones and skin types will require different things, instead of, you know, just making it like, I have this dewy foundation here, take it or leave it. You know, they know if you're of a deeper complexion, then you need vitamin C in your products to help with hyperpigmentation or stuff like that. Like, I liked that about their brand. The foundation was a really nice foundation. The concealer was a really nice foundation. If you guys want to check those out. However, they really stick out to me because, you know, they came through. They know there are those deeper complexions out there. They gave us contour products that actually contour deeper complexions. This is the contour stick that I use pretty much every time that I do my makeup. And funny thing is, a while ago I used to say, like, I don't even like cream products, but then again, back then I think it was just kind of like you use whatever you have available when you're a deeper complexion. So before, it was kind of just like powders, I guess. So that's why I was just used to it. But thanks to Uoma, I don't have to deal with that anymore. And that kind of takes me into the next best launch of the year. Mind you, if you guys did not know, Uoma Beauty is a Black-owned business. And this is another Black-owned business that I'm about to talk about that, again, came through for the products that us deeper complexions did not have. And that is Prime Beauty. Now, I want you guys to look at this bronzer and you tell me who is touching Prime Beauty when it comes to bronzers. Who? Now, I believe Prime Beauty also launched this year. Yes, they've got bronzers, they have lips, sticks, lip glosses, and an eyeshadow palette, they get an award for best launch of the year, because when do you see bronzers looking like this? When? Most bronzers go as deep as my transition shade for my eyeshadows, and that's about it. This is not the shade that I use. I use the shade Brownsville, but I'm using this one specifically because just like what brands, especially what mainstream brands are giving us bronzers like Chocolate Liddy. This is in the shade Chocolate Liddy. If you guys have not checked out Prime Beauty's bronzers, I highly suggest that you do, because they came through for us, all right? And they have five, six shades altogether for their bronzers. 5? So just check out the website, all right? Because it's worth it. Now, I know there are some people who are not about to agree with what I'm going to say, but again, opinions, all right? Another product that I think was one of the best launches of 2019 is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. Look, you either like this or you don't. I really don't feel like there's any in between here for this product. But just off the advertising of this, when it was first announced, I was like, I need to have it. The girl's skin looked like, you know, she just oozes water out of her skin. If you've seen it, like, you know what I'm talking about here. So just off that, I was like, I need to have it. I've tried it on my face. It's called the Hydro Grip for a reason. I do feel like it's hydrating. Well, I feel like it's cooling. You know how some products have like that cooling effect where you put on your face and just like, oh, I just splashed my face with water. It's not drying, so I guess, you know, you could say it's hydrating there. But the grip of this product, like it's gripping on to your products that you put on your face, all right? And your face ain't going anywhere after. I keep this in my T-zone, then I use another primer elsewhere. But I've tried this with matte primers, matte foundations, dewy foundations, normal foundations. I feel like it looks good with all of them. You just have to find the right foundations for, you know, your face, your skin type, all that other stuff. I feel like it looks good with all of those. I love mixing this with other primers. Again, you know, maybe this in my T-zone, a matte primer elsewhere, this in my T-zone, liquid glass elsewhere. I just feel like this restored my faith in primers, all right? Because if you guys were following me, especially in the beginning of the year, I low-key wasn't wearing primer. I was just really moisturizing my face there. So this restored my faith in primers. I've got this, I've got a mini size. I'm buying another one when this one's done. It was a good launch to me. If you don't like it, you know, that's fair. Now this last thing, I'm sure people will also disagree with, and that is fine, but to me, this was the best launch of 2019. It can't just be me, because that's the reply I got the most when I asked on Twitter, you know, what was the best launch of 2019, and that is the Jackie Aina ABH collaboration. If you, for some reason by now, haven't seen what it looks like on the inside, this is it. Now, besides the fact that, you know, it was made for deeper complexions in mind, because, you know, eyeshadow, certain tones, shades can go real left real quick on deeper complexion. So besides that, besides the fact that it was made by Jackie Aina, because, you know, you're putting aside the fact that, you know, you're a subscriber, you're a fan, whatever, but besides all of that, you gotta give it to this palette, because I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. There is a power in your product being able to be recognized without mention of the product, all right? I'm pretty sure every single time I wear this eyeshadow, someone's like, are you wearing the Jackie Aina palette? I know the Jackie Aina palette when I see it, and that there's something to be said in that, all right? Because can you guess what eyeshadow palette I have on my eyes right now? Actually, maybe this one you could, but I'm gonna give you a few seconds, you know, guess down below in the comments what eyeshadow palette I'm wearing right now. I'm actually wearing the Prism palette by ABH, but can you guess, you know, just clicking on a YouTuber's video, like, she is wearing the James Charles palette today. They're wearing the Pinky Rose Cosmetics Bright Lights palette today. That's not something you can really see, but I'm telling you, every single time I wear this eyeshadow palette, someone can guess that that's the palette that I'm wearing. Especially if you're wearing the shade Wigglies. I feel like that's very, you know, I know what palette you're wearing today. Just off that, like, you gotta give it to it, because how often do you see that? That's not the first, you know, influencer collab, but that's the first time I've seen that before, where people are just like, that's what you're wearing today. If anything, I think sometimes I've seen that with lipsticks, like people can tell what lipstick someone's wearing, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone be able to guess, like, yeah, you're wearing this eyeshadow palette today. So you gotta give it to the palette off that. I've seen this palette look beautiful on all skin tones. So you just gotta give it like the announcement, everything from the announcement to, you know, months later, is still being talked about, you know, it's still being pointed out. You just gotta give it as one of those best launches of 2019. And now we move on to the not so best launches of 2019. The very first one had potential to be a very good launch. It was met with a little, you know, little kickback there from the community because 2019, I feel like brands paid a lot of attention to making sure that they came out with a lot of foundation shades, but they kind of got lost in just wanting to be the brand that had, you know, the most shades. You know, well, we have 100 shades. Well, we have, you know, 500 shades. Okay, but like the shades still need to look right though, and the formula still needs to be hitting, and you still need to have variety in the other products that you offer. Like, cool, okay, you offer 100 shades in your foundation, but again, your bronzer shade goes as dark as my eyeshadow transition. There. So if you guys have not guessed by now, I'm talking about the Morphe foundation launch. It was announced as going to be a 60 shade foundation range. I got the entire shade range in the mail. I swatched all 60 shades if you guys did not see that video. And then I never put the foundation on my face, or like I tested it out, but like I didn't do a video of me actually, you know, testing out the foundation because it broke my chest out in like hives there. I have a video talking about it. I also got the concealers in the mail, but I didn't even bother putting the concealers just because I have sensitive skin, so the foundation breaking out my chest freaked me out there, so I didn't bother trying it on my face. But I think I did try a shade or something like that on my face, and then like I got like a quick bump on my face and I was like, nah, no, that's good on me. I did see other people saying that, you know, it broke them out and stuff like that. The shade range was just wonky, you know, there were some undertones in there that were just, you know, I'm pretty sure there was like a whole gray one there. You know, about like a year later, we don't really hear anyone talking about the Morphe foundation. I will give it to them that I do actually hear people still talking about the Morphe concealer that launched around the same time, but you don't hear anyone talking about the foundation. And most of the original feedback that came out when the foundation launched was not a good one, so we're gonna have to take this out. Now, another launch that was one of the worst to me was this Cover FX Illuminating powder. From my understanding from the reviews on Sephora's website and the replies that I got in the video that I did on this is like a reboot or like a formula change to another product that they had before, and apparently they could have just left it as is. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it there. That's what people were saying, that they expected this to be like the other version, but it's not. If you guys have not seen this video, I do not like this powder because it leaves straight up glitter where you use it, and if you're using it to, you know, like set your concealer, stuff like that, like expect like legit specks of glitter all on your face. You know, I was kind of hoping of like a Laura Mercier secret brightening powder type thing, but nah, I got straight up like glitter on my under eye. It's not a launch that was that talked about this year, but it launched this year, so that's why I'm including it in this video. This was not it. There. Now, another launch this year that I feel, you know, the hype around it was real, but when you actually got the product itself, not so much there, is the Shiseido Foundation that launched this year. They had a trip for the foundation, so there was a little bit more, you know, buzz than other foundation launches there. And, you know, around that time, people were talking about it. I tried the foundation out. It's a no dog from me there. The foundation does have SPF in it, and when you start throwing in SPF in products, especially on deeper skin tones there, again, it can go real left real quick there on how, you know, it mixes out and stuff like that. I feel like it kind of left like a film-ish type finish. Like if you wear sunscreen, you know, I'm talking about how some sunscreens can kind of give you that like film look on your skin tone. I just wasn't feeling it. I don't think it worked for my skin type either. I have oily skin, if you guys didn't know, so I'm past there on that on that foundation. Now, I done dragged this product a couple times this year. I got one more time to drag it. That's in this video, all right? It is the 88 Pan Eyeshadow Palette that I reviewed. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll link the video here. But that palette should have been, you know, like a best launch of this year, because it's every colorful eyeshadow person's dream of a product. It has matte colorful shadows, it has shimmer colorful shadows, duochrome, pressed glitter, and just about every color you can think of, because it's 88 pans. However, when it's 88 pans and only costs like, I don't know, $20, $30, maybe, but no, you know, there's Coastal Scents, there's, you know, Sephora has those like really tiny pans but a whole bunch of color palettes that are good. BH has palettes like that are good. So that's really not an excuse there why the shadows performed how they did. Like, they didn't look the same shade on your face how they do in the pan. And let's not get started on who named that palette. It was no. Just no. You know, you can disagree with me on what I thought were the best launches of this year. You also might not agree that some of the things that I already mentioned as, you know, not so good launches were not so good launches this year. I really don't think you can disagree with me on what I think is the worst launch of 2019. And if you do try to disagree with me, it's really just gonna chalk up to you just like the person. You know, you're subscribed to the person, you like the person, so, you know, you wanna see that good in it. But you really can't disagree that the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics lipsticks were the worst thing to launch this year. Now, I didn't try it, I didn't buy the lipsticks, I don't know how they wear, anything like that, but I'm talking the launch of these lipsticks here. You really can't deny that it was the worst launch there, because if you kind of have to like recall your product and, you know, return everyone's money, it really wasn't a good launch there. I mean, glass, metal, hair, every day there was something new that was wrong with the lipsticks. You know, mold, it apparently made people sick, allegedly. I don't know, didn't try them, but people were saying it made them sick, that, you know, they have cancer and they're on chemo and it affected it this way. And you know, you had YouTubers who are diehard Jaclyn Hill stans who were coming out like, I'm just never buying anything again, not just because of the actual performance of the lipsticks, but also how it was handled by the brand. I believe someone before all of the just, I don't even know what you call it, the backlash, it's beyond backlash. Before all of it just popped off there, I believe someone tried, you know, mentioning it to Jaclyn and she didn't respond in the, you know, most professional brand owner way. So not just the actual product itself, but how it was handled by the brand, taking so long to, you know, mention that, yeah, there might be a problem with our product, we're gonna give you your money back. I saw people saying that, you know, they were told they can get a refund, and then other people saying that they can't get a refund. It was just a hot mess. It was a hot mess. I do know ultimately she came out and, you know, said like, we're gonna give people their money back. I don't know if she actually like said what it was that was wrong with the product, but just like, you can't deny that it was just not good, especially since it was the brand, that's another brand that launched this year. It was the brand's first launch and that's how it went. It just wasn't good. It was not a good launch there. I've mentioned this before when I've reviewed things from Jaclyn Hill. I've never subscribed to Jaclyn Hill, so I don't know anything about her personally. You know, I don't know her personality to make a judgment on what type of person she is. So it's nothing like that. It's not like, you know, oh, I don't like her, so I'm just gonna throw her under the bus here. Not knowing who she is, you can say like this was not a good launch here. I don't know if she plans to, you know, launch anything else from the company. I hope it was a learning experience there, and, you know, moving forward, things will get better with the things that she launches because people are still gonna buy it. But, you know, seeing how this played out, I hope, you know, moving forward for her it's better, but this was not it. She's just gonna have to hold that up. And that is it for my top 5, actually it might have been 6 best launches of 2019 and my top 5 worst launches of 2019. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below, your top 5 best and worst. And yeah, let's get excited for what's going to launch in 2020. Hopefully you know, brands will actually come out with new exciting things. Who knows? Probably not. But make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.